has Gen Z given up? Like, why has Gen Z and the future generations that are coming up have given up on the whole working towards a future? The concept of getting a house and getting a picket fence and getting a car and getting a stable job, all of these is like basic human needs. I have found myself and I have found others being like, maybe I'll get a house, or maybe this will happen, or maybe this, when this should be something that we should be having regardless. It shouldn't be something that we're like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. This is like basic human needs. And I think in this current job market, the housing crisis, the education system, with everything that's currently happening, it's hard to look at a future. It's hard to look at anything with a pure and exciting light, honestly, in the age of AI, in the age of people losing their job, in the face of data centers ruining our water and us having a drinking water shortage. In the face of all that is happening, it's hard to look to the future and say, yeah, this is it. It's hard to look at a future and think our future is coming up. It's hard to look at a future that is so gloomy and be like, oh yeah, we get a house, oh yeah, we get this, oh yeah, we get that. When we don't even know if we're going to be able to drink water properly, if we're going to be able to get a job, and have people that have been unemployed for months. Some people have been unemployed for years. My friend has been unemployed for 2+ years. And I really want us to sit down and think about that. People ask, why has Gen Z given up? Why has Gen Z why is it Gen Z can't look towards the future? Why is it Gen Z can't think about the future? Why is it Gen Z deciding to stop work on, or quote unquote lazy? It's not that we're lazy, it's that we have no purpose. The older generation had a purpose. You get a house, you get a car, you get your family, and your family would be safe. In this generation, you're not even sure of that. In this generation of the antivirus, COVID-19, where everything was shut down, we are the generation of realizing that everything is temporary. We are the generation in which everything has slowly become temporary. The security of a house, the security of a car, the security of a family, the security of like just health, the security of good food, of drinking water, all of these things have slowly become something temporary, something unimagined. And these are basic human needs. I remember I had this dude I was watching and he was like, oh, why is it that Gen Z, not even that, but why have we given up? Why is it that when I bring up in petitions to sign or to do that, why is it that Gen Z or the people around me can't function or can't move towards action? Is because we are constantly realizing how temporary everything is. Nothing has been permanent, and it has never been more permanent like now. Nothing is permanent, nothing is promised. Your friends could die today or tomorrow from some virus or chicken pox or coronavirus. It's always something. We have no security. And slowly but surely realizing the hopelessness. And that is what we've all fallen into. Hopelessness. We're all fallen into a pit of despair and we can't come out. And this really does beg the question of why we shouldn't give up. It really does beg the question, what else is there to have? It really does beg the question of what can we do in the face of all this hopelessness, in the face of all this isolation, in the face of temporary. Life has always been temporary. Life has always been temporary. It's just we deluded ourselves into thinking we had a certain level of security. Yes, this is basic needs, but we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by hopelessness, shackled by the impermanence of our life, and we need to move forward with a life that can help us, that can show us what we need to, that can help us with what we're doing. Because let's be real, let's be honest, as much as life has continuously showed us that our actions and anything we do, everything is out of our control, there is things we can control in this life. There is things that can bring purpose to us. There is things that can show us a way. As much as we want to deep dive into hopelessness, as much as we want to deep dive into depression and impermanence and the reluctance to look towards a future, we have to give ourselves that moment, and we have to give ourselves that peace to look forward to life. Because let's be honest, hopelessness is not a way that we can continue pushing. Residing in hurt, residing in a lack of love, residing in a lack of change, residing in helplessness will not help us. Yes, it's important to understand the why we have given up, because we have every reason to, but that means we have even more reason to look for opportunity. We have even more reason to look for change. We have even more reason to dismantle the system that the old generation presented us with. And that's really important, because I don't want it that we simply reside in hopelessness. We cannot reside. We simply reside in a lack of change. And even if you may not want to see it, our generation has done change. Our generation has dismantled the system that we have to have children. Our generation has dismantled the thing that we cannot be fit. Our dismantlement of a system has allowed us to push forward in a state of change and getting our body fit and getting our minds better. Our generation has never been more prominent to look towards change, to look towards betterment, to look towards something that is more. And it has never been a better time to change, and never been a better time to get educated, to find out, to look, to change, to move. There is a world of possibility, and us allowing ourselves to be strapped down in action is wrong. I know it's easy, but we have to allow ourselves to dismantle things one by one, brick by brick, even if it's just volunteering, even if it's just changing, even if it's just picking up a book or reading a book and figuring out how do we get educated about this. Because our life is in our hands. Our life is in our hands, and never been a better time to take action. We could cancel people on the internet. We can more than cancel politics. We can more than dismantle systems. We are more powerful than we have allowed ourselves to be. And allowing the big corporations and big people to tell us that we are not is exactly why we are here. Our movement can bring forth change. We can do, and we can and will change over time, but we cannot allow ourselves to deep dive into helplessness. Yes, we have given up, but we can get back on that horse and move forward. I want us to look towards better in this age of temporary. The only certainty and the only thing that we have in this life is how we change and how we decide to better ourselves and better our minds and move forward with action. Action is important no matter what we do. I know it is hard, but I want us all to just take a second to reflect on what we can do. Do not say we can't do anything. Reflect on this question: what can I do to better my society now? Even if it's just being educated, even if it's just reading, even if it's just donating $5, $1 if you don't have. If it's not donating anything, getting more educated, looking, searching. We can do more if we allow ourselves to. Never forget that. That's all I have. I love you, my loves. Bye.